Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting of the Daviess County Fiscal Court to order. This is our first meeting of December 2024, and today is December 5th, 2024. And for those who may be watching from home, we're actually at the Daviess County Courthouse today. And I say that, yes, with joy, yes. And I do, before I forget, I do want to thank Dr. Scott Williams for the several weeks or months that he hosted us out at OCTC at Blandford Lecture Hall. Commissioner Conder, if you would lead us in the prayer and the pledge, please.
Thank you, Judge. If everyone could please, if you wish to bow or sit in silent meditation, your choice of the prayer, please. Dear Heavenly Father, in this season of Thanksgiving, there are so many blessings that we all have, especially in this country, in this community, Owensboro and Daviess County, of safety. Our first responders that just every day look after us, of us trying to take care of each other, the blessings of a home, of food, of warm clothing, because yeah, it's pretty cold outside. Those blessings sometimes we take for granted, but in this moment, right now, we thank you for them. They truly do mean a lot to all of us. I ask your final blessings on this commission, Judge Caslin, Commissioner Caslin, Commissioner Marksberry, that we are touched by your kindness, by your love and your care, that we do the work of your people, all your people. With this, I ask in your name, amen. And now the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner. I just want to welcome our State Senator, Gary Bileswell. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Ready.
First item, Brooke.
1, consideration for approval. A, minutes of November 21, 2024, Daviess County Fiscal Court meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. We've all had the minutes for some few days at least to review. Do we have any corrections, deletions, or additions? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
B, all claims for all departments.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. These are all the bills due and payable by the county. Are there any questions for our treasurer? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
C, accept proposal of WBW Engineering for construction administration services for the HVAC system replacement project at the Morton J. Holbrook Judicial Center.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Mr. Johnson.
Yes, Judge, this proposal is for WBW Engineering to handle all construction administration services for the HVAC replacement project at the Morton J. Holbrook Judicial Center. WBW Engineering designed the replacement system for the Judicial Center. The Administrative Office of the Courts, or AOC, has indicated that having the same company that designed the replacement system facilitate the construction timeline and drawing reviews with the awarded contractor and ultimately local code enforcement would be ideal. The service fee is $42,875 and will be reimbursed in full by AOC via the Memorandum of Understanding approved in Fiscal Court Session 11-7 of 24. Project Manager Joe Paul Bickett, and I see no issues. I would recommend approval.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Any questions from the commission?
Nope.
No.
Any questions from the public? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
D, memorandum of agreement between Owensboro Community and Technical College, Daviess County Fiscal Court, the City of Owensboro, and the City of Henderson to collaborative offer coursework for the Emergency Medical Technician Certificate.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Mr. Johnson?
This memorandum of agreement, or MOA, is akin to the one in place for the paramedic program. It will allow the Daviess County Fire Department to conduct and teach an internal emergency medical technician program. This will assist in recruitment since those hired can undergo training in-house to obtain their credentials. The MOA is standard, stating that the county's instructors will conduct the program in a professional manner, following the state and national registry of EMT's regulations for instruction. Legal, the fire department management, and I have reviewed it, and we see no issues. Should be noted that all other parties have reviewed and approved the agreement.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Any questions or comments from the commissioners? No. I just want to say thank you to all those who have worked to help develop this program. I know we have the paramedic program that's very similar to this, and it's helped tremendously to alleviate the shortage of paramedics in our community. And by partnering with the entities that we are here, hopefully we can accomplish the same with our EMT, those wanting their EMT certificate. Any comments from the public? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
E, second reading of KOC 870.01, 10/2024, an ordinance creating Chapter 94 of the Code of Ordinances of the Daviess County Fiscal Court regarding the placement of unsolicited written materials on property.
Motion to approve.
I'll second it. Got a motion and a second. Mr. Burley, if you would.
Yes, sir. I'm going to read the whereas clauses. Whereas the Daviess County Fiscal Court is concerned about the proliferation of litter and visual blight within the community, and whereas the Fiscal Court finds that deliveries of unsolicited written materials are being haphazardly made throughout Daviess County, to include distributing such materials on sidewalks, yards, and driveways, with no means to ensure that such items do not add to the litter problem and/or visual blight. And whereas the Fiscal Court finds that these unsolicited rent materials have contributed to the litter and visual blight of private premises, public streets, sidewalks, and other public places, and that these materials haphazardly delivered are damaging to private property and/or interfere with private property. And whereas the Fiscal Court desires to ensure that these unsolicited rent materials do not litter the streets, sidewalks, or other public places, or yards or driveways of private premises, that they do not cause visual blight in our neighborhoods, do not damage private property, and do not interfere with private property. And whereas this ordinance is an effort to reduce unwanted litter and visual blight caused by unsolicited written materials on public property in the yards and driveways of private premises, to prevent damage to private property and to further prevent interference with private property. And whereas this ordinance does not in any way deprive or diminish a private property owner's right to protect his or her premises from unsolicited or unwanted rent materials. And then there's the now therefore be it ordained, the ordainment clause, ordained by the Fiscal Court of the County of Daviess, Commonwealth of Kentucky. And there's two rather lengthy sections. I'm not going to read through all those. We used a lot of the language in this ordinance from Fayette County, which passed a sort of an identical ordinance. I don't know when. It's been maybe a number of years ago. And so that's where this is the second reading, Judge, so there will be a vote.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Any comments from the commissioners? Commissioner Conder.
Thank you, Judge. I respectfully would like to present a motion to revise Section 2 of the ordinance. Under Section 2, this ordinance reads, shall become effective 60 days from passage. I would respectfully request that it be changed to an effective date of July 1, 2025. I ask for a second, please.
Got a motion, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second, so is there any discussion on the motion to amend? The only thing I'll say is we did, I think we all got a call from Mr. Weaver from the Messenger Inquirer asking that this, he didn't want it to be passed at all. He did ask that it at least be extended out. He asked for a year. I told him I would see whether or not there was support on the court for a year, and we came up with July 1. And so we don't mean any harm. I made the point very clearly to Mr. Weaver in my conversations that we are not prohibiting the messenger or anyone from delivering information, unsolicited information, but it simply must be placed as the ordinance specifies, essentially on the porch or attached to the door or inside the door if there's an open, unlocked storm door. Any other comments? If not, I'll ask any comments on the motion to amend from the public. Yes, sir. Again, if you would, state your name and address for the record.
Gary Boswell, 3130 Reed Road, Owensboro, Kentucky. Judge, I don't want to, I respect what you guys have decided to do as far as a change in that day, but I just do want to say this one thing. This has not been something that's just come up overnight. I've been concerned about this issue for almost 10 years. I've had multiple discussions with the people that have been doing this with the newspaper and with actually with the hometown directory also. And so I don't guess it'll hurt to have another 6 months, but I think it probably just means there's going to be time for some type of a lawsuit or something. But I would remind the public and the court that there's already been a lawsuit.
There absolutely has.
Hopefully you'll be able to prevail in your motion. I appreciate what y'all done on this.
Thank you. Anyone else? Hearing none. Brooke, if you would, I'd like a roll call vote on the motion to amend.
Judge Executive Caslin,
Yes.
Commissioner Conder,
Yes.
Commissioner Marksberry,
Yes.
Commissioner Caslin.
Yes.
Okay, the ordinance has been amended, and now we will, is there any discussion on the motion as amended before I call for a vote? Is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak to the motion as amended? Hearing none. Brooke, if you would, do, again, a roll call vote on this.
Judge Executive Caslin,
Yes.
Commissioner Conder,
Yes.
Commissioner Marksberry,
Yes.
Commissioner Caslin.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0. Thank you, Brooke. Next item.
F, award bid number 2425-40, one new batwing rotary cutter.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Ms. Sturgeon?
Yes, Judge, we received 7 bids and recommend award to the best evaluated bid submitted by Wright Implement for one new batwing rotary motor for the West Davis County landfill in the amount of $26,188.89. This is the budgeted replacement of an aging unit currently in inventory. Please note that the lowest bid is not being recommended due to exceptions management has found unacceptable. Wright Implement is a known vendor. There were no exceptions to the specification, and I would recommend approval.
Thank you, Ms. Sturgeon. Any questions from the court?
No.
No.
Any questions from the public? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
G, reject bid number 2425-43, steel beam project.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Got a motion and a second. Ms. Sturgeon?
Yes, the Solid Waste Management has found an alternative solution that would be more appropriate to satisfy the needs of this project at the Grimes Avenue Transfer Station. We recommend rejecting all bids and pursuing said alternative solution. It should be noted that this practice would be in agreement with the guidance offered by the State Auditor's Office of Procurement.
Thank you, Ms. Sturgeon. Any questions from the members of the court?
No.
Any questions from the public? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
H, award bid number 2425-46, property maintenance services.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Ms. Sturgeon?
Yes, Judge, we received 1 bid and recommend award to the only responsive bid submitted by Green Eyed Monster Lawn Care for the attached rate schedule. This bid is for our annual property maintenance services contract directed by the Solid Waste Coordinator for properties that are in violation of Davis County Ordinance KOC 1-2016. The vendor does require a minimum of 2 hours for their services. Green-Eyed Monster Lawn Care is a known vendor. I would recommend approval.
Thank you, Ms. Sturgeon. Any questions from the members of the court?
No.
Any questions from the public? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I, appoint Cyan Johnson to the Davis County Convention and Visitors Bureau Board to complete the unexpired term of T.J. Turner, effective December 5th, 2024 through June 30th, 2027.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. I want to thank Ms. Johnson for her willingness to serve our community in this manner. I also want to thank Mr. Turner for his service to our community. Commissioner Conder.
Thank you, Judge. I am the liaison to the CVB and had a brief discussion with the Judge Executive about Ms. Johnson and just wanting to vet her as a board member to the CVB, and also called Claude Bacon, who is not only the Executive Director of the EDC, but also the Board Chair of the CVB. He gave her glowing recommendation of herself and how hard she's worked and what she does at the Courtyard Marriott. So I then called her. And her story is a great story. She started out in the evening shift, front desk, about 8 or 9 years ago, and has worked her way up the ladder to become the general manager of the Courtyard Marriott at that time. And so her story is just absolutely awesome of how someone started off at the bottom and has now reached at least general manager, a top position in this area. So I think she will be a great addition to the CVB, and especially to carry out its mission. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Commissioner. Anyone else?
No.
Anyone from the public? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
J, reappoint Phil Hare to the Davis County Water District Board effective December 16th, 2024 through December 15th, 2028.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Want to thank Mr. Hare for his service to our community, and also thank him for his willingness to continue to serve. Any comments from the court? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
K, reappoint Stan Kahn to the Davis County Water District Board effective December 16, 2024 through December 15, 2028.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Want to thank Mr. Khan for his service to our community in this role and his willingness to continue to service. Any other comments from the court? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
L, accept the retirement resignation of Jenny Warren effective January 1 of 2025.
Make motion to approve.
Got a motion and a second. Want to thank Ms. Warren for her many years of service to our community and wish her a good retirement. Any other comments from the court?
Yes, Judge, I'd like to say the same. Appreciative of anybody who puts that much time and dedication into a career and the changes she's made in her career with the positive impact she's made and where she's been. Just appreciative of her being here.
Anyone else?
And best of luck to her in her future endeavors.
Amen.
Yeah, I too just wish her well. She was a great addition to the court and for the staff here, and just wish Jenny well and hope she enjoys her retirement.
Thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
2, consideration for discussion. A, other business to be brought before the Davis County Fiscal Court. There is none that I'm aware of.
Thank you.
B, public comments.
This is a part of our meeting where we invite the public to come to the mic, state your name and address for the record, and speak to any item other than those items that have been covered on the agenda. Do we have any takers this evening? I hear none.
C, comments by Davis County Fiscal Court.
Commissioner Caslin.
I don't have any tonight, Judge. Thanks.
Commissioner Conder.
Thank you, Judge. Just so everybody is made aware, it is cold outside. I mean, it's cold. Number one, check on those individuals that live alone, the elderly. Make sure they're okay. Sometimes just checking in on them really means a lot. And also our pets. They need at least some warmth if you're not going to bring them inside, and water. You know, you might not think that when it's cold, but they have to be able to have water also. So just make sure the loved ones you have in your life, whether they're be your family or not, or even your pets, that they're taken care of. And finally, it is great to be back at Daviess County Fiscal Court on the dais. This has been sorely missed, let's put it that way. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'm thinking maybe we're going to close out with a round of joy to the world. Commissioner Marksberry.
All I can say is I don't like the lighting.
All right.
If you look around, everyone looks evil and mad.
Darn.
We need some different bulbs.
All right.
It's good to be back.
All right. Well, thank you for your input. We'll see if we can't make an improvement. I just want to, first of all, encourage our community to support the 5 nonprofit agencies with a visit to Panther Creek for our Christmas at Panther Creek. We got the lights up out there. There's a 1.15 mile loop with over 50 displays and 500,000 lights. Panther Creek Park will be open nightly from 6 to 9, beginning Friday, November 29th. Admission is $5 per vehicle, cash only. And for those who don't know, Panther Creek Park is located at 5160 Wayne Bridge Road near Kentucky 81 on the west side of Owensboro. The 5 agencies that are collecting gate admissions include Josh's Broken Feather, Crossroads Inc., Bulwer Mission, Dream Riders of Kentucky Inc., and Green Valley Beekeepers Association Inc. December 12th is a free community night hosted by Owensboro Health, and invite everybody to come out. I've invited my wife to go with me twice already, but she's not a cold lover, so she said we're waiting for a warmer day. Also, I want to continue to thank those who are helping keep our community clean through the Cash for Trash program. On the claims tonight, we had Owensboro Lions Club and also the Montserrat Masonic Lodge, number 379. They collected 0.3 of a ton, 90 bags of trash, and covered 12 miles. Also want to a gentleman that came, our community lost a fine individual in the past week or so, Charlie Kamoff. And all of us were acquainted with Charlie because he came before us as a fiscal court more than once. And certainly in my tenure as a city commissioner and also as a county commissioner, a number of times. Back in the day, all planning and zoning issues were voted on by the court and by the city commission, and not just appeals, but all items. And Mr. Kamoff represented lots of clients that were going through the process, and he was a blessing to our community and will be missed. And anyway, prayers for his family. On a lighter note, I want to congratulate Owensboro Catholic High School. Tomorrow they'll be traveling to, I think it's Lexington, Kroger Field, trying to win a state championship, and I wish them success. So anyway, that's, I don't know if any of you plan to go, but I will not be there. It's a little cold for me. I went when I was younger, one of the first times I ever went, and it was a night about like tomorrow's going to be, and it was a mighty cold experience. Anyway, anything else, Brooke? All right. Without further business, this meeting is adjourned.